Nah.
Thank you, Bridge.
Let's come wide.
I'm sorry, Bob. Can you repeat
Start to
that?
feel that third move.
I have
Excellent.
I'm a geologist that has a biological
That was at 22 minutes.
Go
So
for
yeah,
it.
by the time they started moving the ship, right around 20 minutes.
are interesting because
Actually,
they reset the clock.
Our move is going to be more in this direction.
Substrate on animals like corals, and we probably have about 15 or 20 inventoried now with dates on them that within months.
Coming up.
In this case, maybe 6 months or whatever. That in the future, because corals grow at a very slow rate.
Got a floaty thing left.
And these are all
coming at us.
occur to the depths and different parts of the ocean. So
It may just be the
Snap.
biomat.
You want to snap?
Long-term growth rates for some of these.
I think it's a worm facing the other way.
It is.
Right, so it's kind of like a natural experiment of, repaving the seafloor, and then you can see how long it takes for various animals to colonize. So they're valuable that way too.
Yeah, that's a really good point.
Sorry. Coming at it.
So, Bob, would you mind identifying
Couldn't
yourself?
keep you up with you on your...
Yeah. It was, my momentum was bringing me in.
Yeah, I'm Bob Hembley. I'm the Mellow PMEL. Been working for many years on the Juan Pacific Ridge in the Western Pacific in geology.
That's a cool view. Up and out.
Thank you. So we've got a really nice team on the shore side today. All the hydrothermal vent geologists and biologists have come out. I think it's Friday night on the mainland. So thanks for spending your Friday night with us.
Does your port light need to be adjusted, judging by the manip cam?
I can readjust it, but I don't think we ever brought it back out.
So we're still moving towards this local high. We're going to try to find the top of this willow mound.
Looks like that pillar on the left, or that rock on the left broke off from the one on the right, or vice versa. Now look at the striations straight ahead.
Yeah, we can do that. To the right or
center?
Center. Go ahead.
It's getting a little flatter.
Just full frame at that whole rock.
We're probably getting towards the top of
Yeah. You can keep coming if you want. Just walk around it.
Yep, that makes sense. The resolution of this camera is so high that you can actually even see some of the vesicles on the rock, the holes that are created by escaping gas. It's kind of cool.
Is that good for you, Roland?
Yep.
Just walk it on out.
You can also see some pteropod shells that have fallen through the water column and landed on this surface.
Come on.
Oh, thank you. That's cool. I have to say I don't know what a
white
pteropod
thing,
shell looks
lower
like.
right center.
They look like little triangles.
Looks like a potential.
Like kites. Okay. Kite shape. Kite shaped. All right.
Something on
Living
the
critter.
side of that rock.
Yeah, an enemy possibly. If not, just the yellow puff.
Coming center now.
Yep.
I think it's just that matting. Try it. You want to go snap?
Looks like an enemy.
Dead ahead?
Yeah, just lower center.
Go ahead.
That
Are the
yellow
lasers
mat.
on? It would be nice to have something for side scale. Maybe I'm just not seeing them.
They're not on right now, but we can ask the pilots to turn them on. So pilots,
All right,
if you have a moment when you can turn on the lasers, that would be great.
Lasers on. It's just
Just
mad, isn't it?
biomat. Yes.
Yeah, that's if you could actually zoom over to that
Pulling
bigger, where it looks like it's
come on.
in the middle of the crack. If we could zoom on that part of the orange mat, that would be helpful.
Does she want the crumbly stuff at the bottom?
They want to look at the mat.
I'm going to keep looking at the mat until one of the biologists answers me about it. That's pretty much my plan.
So if we have any shoreside biologists, question I have from the ship would be, we see all
Go
this
ahead, Ron.
biomaterial here. What is it possibly consuming in this area to be growing so what looks to be really well?
Well, here's a geologist pretending to be a biologist. It's almost surely a chemosynthetic microbe that's, using something coming out of the warm water as the fluid cooled to grow. So some sort of, chemosynthetic spike. A question, are the lasers 10 centimeters apart? Is that right?
Yes, they are.
Oh.
Oh, so we finally got our microbiologists to weigh in. So Julie Huber says that
What are you
it's a
looking at?
pile of
Just
iron
your
that's sort of run
tail
down
can.
this crack
Just a
between the
rock
two
behind you.
rocks, but it
It's
is
not a
no
big deal,
longer microbially active,
You're fine.
which means we can zoom out whenever and move on with our beautiful rock collecting.
Okay, come on.
Pulling out.
It was probably formed, though, as microbially mediated iron oxidation. So, and Julie, is that because that's are you basing that on the structure of what it looks like, that it was once microbial? I'll have to wait
That
for the answer
camera's
to
way
that
down on the
bug.
bottom. Yeah, yeah.
And my understanding is as when the microbes are growing, they produce a lot of the block material, and then that gets stained.
Looks like we're
with iron.
leveling off
So
here.
What's left behind is all the
Turn lasers off for a second.
I think it's about time to call in a move
produced when the microbes
if we want to
grow,
keep this pace.
even though they're far gone.
Yeah, I think so.
What heading do you guys?
So this is Faith. I am a biologist,
High pack
but
is
unfortunately
showing-
not microbiologist in this case.
I think high
But
packs
where
our
there
best
are active
guess.
vents about 2.5 degrees south of here, there are
It gets
Get
played.
some
mats
return on here, yeah.
formed with basically I call them the iron
That doesn't
mats,
really
but
make
they're
sense, though, does it?
similar color. But there are not too many macrofauna
I think it's-
Well, we're just
associated
finishing
with
up
those
that move
mats.
at 210,
So what I'm doing while we're
and in about
focusing
10
on those
minutes,
mats, is I'm
8 to
looking
10 minutes,
really
we'll be feeling
closely
the one
to
at
see if I can
215,
see any
right?
Yes,
small,
in 8 minutes you'll get a
living
move.
snails or living worms or other types of little macrofauna as we're zooming in.
So that'll
Oh,
put
good.
us.
That's actually fantastic. It's yet another pair of eyes looking for a different, looking for something different while we're moving along. So, Stace, actually, that's
here.
awesome, and thank you.
So I would say we need to
And
move
hopefully we'll find something.
straight south.
On that, I think the water
So if I take that move into account-
was taken in the ton of fluid where the
Okay, where do we end up after that next 30 meters?
So we will end up
really iron.
215, 30 meters. We'll end up right
Another
something in the
potential
middle.
Holothurian on the right.
Yeah, I saw that.
So it does look like we're
Another
sort
thing
of...
I'm noticing is at the top of this mound, there's
So you want to move a little
fewer
further.
big pillows with all the striations
You want to go
and
snap
more
and see what it is?
Yep.
Ron?
broader,
South, go ahead.
smoother lobes.
I would go more
That's pretty common.
south. So I'd go,
Keep going.
Top row
That could be
looks
white
a lot
matting.
more fluid than the sides of them.
yeah.
This
Go
white
180.
Very
material.
cool.
Come on.
So basically we're looking at sort of flatter, more fluid pillows than we were down.
Wanna-
And it's true, we did see some really large striated pillows.
And that'll put us right in the middle in high pack.
Yeah.
Sure, I guess.
That'll bring us towards
You can
the other
imagine,
one too.
Yeah,
at the top
that's
of
true,
the
yeah.
mound, like
Okay.
this is where the lava
Yep,
had
that sounds good.
coming out last,
Just
to
make sure you
form the
explain the
mound.
situation to Andy.
So, in
Come on
some
in.
way, we're kind of close
I wonder
to
if
the
that-
active vent
come on in,
where
Ron.
the lava was reaching the seafloor. So that's
All right, I'll call it in real quick and then
Yep.
talk to the
Was that
guys
just
coming in.
reflections? Or was that white material? I don't see
Bridge
it.
RV nav.
Thanks, Bill. That's a good explanation.
Ship
I would
move
also please direct
30
you
meters,
to
bearing
Bill, please check the
180,
event log.
0.2 knots.
There's a message for you.
You still see it rolling? I can't hear you.
I'm sorry.
Thank you,
the
Rich.
tunnel is at the bottom.
No, I see that. I meant the white mat.
That material, not really.
Okay.
I did not see what you were going for. I was just following.
Thank you, Bridge.
I thought we were looking for the white mat, the white material. Never mind.
So here on the ship, we're just having a little bit of a lunch relief, so the pilots are orienting themselves.
We're down here. We can.
Pulling
as
out.
to what we're going to
Looking for
continue
your
to
white
do.
mat.
Yeah, I thought you said white material too.
Oh no, I thought what you were looking at
Okay.
before.
I don't see it. I think it was a reflection off the glass.
This is Bob again. It just sort of occurs to me, and I've thought about this before, that, we're looking at a moment in time here, like this eruption probably took place over a period of days. And, we don't really have any way to monitor these on a global basis. So probably somewhere right now, tonight, there's some eruption going on somewhere along the Ocean Ridge, because it goes around about, 40,000 miles or so, 60,000 kilometers, 70,000 kilometers around the Earth. So pretty likely there's eruption, at least one eruption going on right now somewhere along it.
I think that's a great thought, that somewhere on the mid-ocean ridge, there is an eruption happening. All the people on the ship were hoping it was here, but what we know of this area is that it had erupted, but it is probably not likely to still be erupting because there was no hydrogen in the chemical anomalies they picked up. So this iron precipitate's much heavier here towards the top of the mound.
Right, that kind of makes sense in that, probably the thickest part of this mound was took the longest to cool, and so had the longest hydrothermal life. But
Got a crawling shrimp,
is no longer active. We
lower
haven't
center.
seen any evidence of active venting so far. But the next mound that we'll be headed to is even thicker than this one, so there's still a chance that we might see
You see the shrimp at the bottom,
Very
Josh?
cool.
Just went into the yellow
And so
part.
I think that will be that will probably be our next direction. I think we're going to probably look around
I don't
this
see him.
high for a little bit.
So
and
just
then
shot off.
I think we're going to find out
Can I
very
help you
soon
zoom?
whether or not we can go down the slope
It's
on
right
the
of
other side of
lasers.
the pillow mound, or whether we'll have to fly.
Zoom in here. This is polychaete.
Yep, that's the same type of
Oh,
critter.
that's not a polychaete. It's
And
not
there's other ones straight on the
Shrimp,
rock.
mine in.
or something. What is that?
Shrimp.
I don't think it's a polychaete.
Shrimp.
Shrimp. Oh, good. So I think we saw a shrimp slightly earlier.
I'm a fish biologist.
Hey, pilot, after this guy,
I'm a fish biologist. So
probably
this
start
looks like it's a
lateraling
very
port.
different animal
Okay,
than
moving that way.
Is the ship
anything in
moving right
last
now?
few
Okay, so
guys.
here's what's happening. There's a 20-minute delay. There's a move called in at 2:15, which I'll show you on high pack. It's going to be going over this
Again,
area.
I'm not a shrimp person,
But then he's already called in another move 3 minutes ago to a 180 degrees
You
south.
might be the only person who can answer that, though.
So in
thank you.
20 minutes, we'll start moving south. But we should start moving right now, 2 minutes from now. Laterally at 2:15.
So in a little bit, we're actually going to be going downhill, it looks like, on Happy.
We're going to be going straight across. Well, if anything, we're going to be slightly getting
So Josh, that
steeper,
section
very
which is
slightly.
left from the right is
At
had a bunch
2:15,
of those
I'm
guys.
talking with Nav right now, video. Where my mouse is right now, we'll be moving right there in 2 minutes.
Where's your mouse?
Okay. And then we'll be moving straight south.
Oh, thank you, Roland.
We'll be moving straight south after that. So we have 230 meters. We can always move it back if need to, but the delay is 20 minutes. So
Yeah.
that's why he got out ahead one move.
Yeah, copy that.
So it sounds like there may have been some of those shrimp further away
So I
from,
think
from our
Sirius might
screen.
just start to feel the
It should just now start
215
moving.
move.
Yeah, because he moved it at 47.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, that adds up.
Hey, what were you saying, video?
I was saying that section to the right where we first picked up that shrimp, that whole area seemed to have the shrimp where I haven't seen them yet today. So this particular area seems to be heavier in the shrimp. Like this whole little area just forward of the ROV. You'll see them jump around periodically and crawling
Pilot, if
around.
you go any further, I might have to rotate to keep you in view.
Thank you, Bridge.
So from some fun facts from our biologists, the capacity to oxidize iron is actually widespread among the evolutionary tree of life within both bacteria and archaea. I figured that seemed good because we were looking at it right then.
Can we adjust my port lower swing arm
Absolutely.
to the left? Because it's all the way in right now.
Yeah,
Port lower left. Make sure you have a camera on it.
Got camera. How's that
you
for you,
have a moment?
pilot?
It's good. All right, come on in.
Did you say something, Watch Lead?
Yeah, I was just wondering what was going on.
Nothing. We're just adjusting our equipment right now.
Okay, so there's no active ship move at the moment?
Oh,
There
no,
is.
there is active
Oh,
ship move.
yeah,
Is
two active.
Yeah, we have 2 active ship moves.
Okay.
Come on out.
So, pilots, if you have a chance, which I know it's moving very fast, if you could get a zoom in on that shrimp.
Yeah, that's pretty important.
Oh, don't shout.
Sorry.
So we have a zoom in on it from a minute ago, but next time
Yeah,
I
I
see
looked
one,
at that. Yeah, not good enough.
all right.
So we need to be able to see sort of the dorsal bit on the back, please. Next time.
Come in on this video. Said anything? All right, come on out.
I was going to say white spot ahead, but I don't think anything in our forward view or shrimp.
So we're just hanging out right now, enjoying the striated pillows that we can see. Still see a lot of those nice glassy lavas.
So Diva, if you're good with
There's one
shrimp, I
swimming
have
near you,
a
lady.
Come on
list
in.
of 7 shrimp species that are vent endemic and known in the Mariana region, and I could send that
Go
to
ahead.
you to check if we see another one.
Sorry, can you repeat that, please? Okay, so can we? Okay, so we really need to zoom in on the top of his head. So I 100% think that that's a vent endemic. That looks exactly like Rimicaris.
Which is
You
what
can see that, yeah, so it's basically just like
Pulling out.
eyes, that those 2 things on its head.
Hey, co-pilot,
Are
are you
sort
still
of like
moving in that direction
seeking.
that you were?
Still
and
pulling
that
out.
was the tentative
Okay,
ID
I
that
think
Tara
you
Hunt
have
moved
3
in
minutes
our
So
of
was that
that
Tara
movement.
who just called in?
No, I think
Full
that
wide.
was Stace.
Stace?
I could be
Okay.
wrong.
Oh, it says
And then
Hey,
you,
Stace, sorry.
yeah, well then you'll have 10 minutes of stationary, roughly.
Is that what it is, hey?
Yeah, but you'll have 10 minutes of stationary.
I'm gonna
Between
look at
those
my
two.
guide to
Hey,
see
come
if
on
it's
in, Roland.
Neurocaris.
Sorry, Brian, I'm having a
Come
hard
on in,
time to
Roland.
hear.
So earlier I was looking it up and I think it's Chorocaris is here. Chorocaris vanderove. Yes, that is 100% a vent endemic. So that means somewhere there's vent fluid and there are going to be more of those things in the near vicinity.
Oh, this is exciting. There are 2 species of Chorocaris known
Yeah.
in this region.
Yeah, so Chorocaris vandere is one of them. Vandovere.
Vandovere.
After Cindy Vandover, I'm guessing.
I would guess so too.
Yeah.
There you go.
But
Max
they're
shot
blind,
pilot.
and they are one of the main and most abundant animals at vents, basically, at high temperature vents. So we should just follow him.
Yeah. No.
In that material,
No, actually,
That
that
was
was
way off to the
very
right,
it's super interesting. I
there
mean,
were
I'm
more
really glad
abundant.
we had a
Now
chance
I'm
to see
actually
that shrimp.
excited.
All right, pilot. Yeah,
Weren't you
Abby, it's
excited from the
set.
beginning?
What does the CTD say?
Let me check.
Sorry, temperature.
We got a reading on RV of 1.6 temperature, so I mean nothing right now.
So if anybody begins to see white bacterial mats anywhere in the distance,
I mean, everything
or
looks
a
pretty
little
standard.
bit more animals
Okay.
swimming around,
We will. Don't worry.
that's really important.
Check the oxygen real quick.
We know. And pilots, don't be fooled. the reflective glassy lava tends
Yeah.
to sort of look white,
it really does.
but it's not.
Yeah, copy that. Watch lead.
So it looks like we're going downhill now as we continue south, huh?
I think
We're
so.
Over the summit of that hill.
Pilots, are we starting to move downhill on the other side of the mound?
We're heading south.
Yep. I think so too, Bill. I think that's what's happening.
We're heading towards your waypoint 2 right now.
Excellent. Thank you very much.
Some more shrimp. Quick
That's a
zoom on
swimming
this guy.
polychaete.
Yeah, it's a polychaete.
Another polychaete.
Okay.
Want to stay with
What
it?
did you
or-
do to the polychaete?
Okay, co-pilot, you should start coming to a stop from that one right around now from the previous move. So the next move will be 180 in about 10 minutes, like I said. So we can put in maybe 5 minutes or so, or whenever the pilot feels comfortable, I can put in another move towards waypoint 2. A short one. But pilot, I'll let me know when you're ready for that kind of thing.
Whenever you guys are ready, the terrain is, I'm not
Pretty-
concerned with the terrain.
Okay,
so.
then I'll go ahead and put one in right now.
So as Bill had mentioned a little bit earlier,
Okay, so y'all
when we
can
were
just
at
head
the
over
top
to the
of
180
mound,
degree
the pillows looked a little bit
heading
flatter.
whenever you're ready.
They were much less
'Cause you got 10
striated.
minutes.
Now we're starting to move a
Bring
little
your
bit back
heading
down,
to
I believe.
180 shot. I'm just
And
going
we're
to
seeing
do
these really heavily striated
back
pillows
and forth here.
with a lot of structure. And every
Bridge
so
nav.
often, just to keep it interesting, we see a nice collapse pillow.
Can we get a 30-meter
Yep,
move
so
at
cool.
180 at 0.2 knots? Good copy.
And as was also previously mentioned, this is a structure, this type of lava structure is only found underwater. So please enjoy it.
This looks like more white material.
So it's reflective, Roland. See, come on in. It's reflections.
Is that reflective or is that white?
Looks like reflections.
I think it's reflection.
Reflections.
So what we're looking at right now is that very, very glassy layer that's on the outside of these pillows.
Yeah, come on out, Roland.
And the glass is fantastic for geochemists because it allows them to get the absolute composition of what that magma was like before anything crystallizes out.
Sean, can you bring up data view on your screen? And I think the comps look okay, so if you could put the temp probes on there. You might need to use the keyboard. Yep, thank you. Another polychaete.
So, yeah, but it's stuck to something.
Come on in.
So I think we're looking at another polychaete.
It's right in on top of you. That's minimum focus.
Is there something hanging off that polychaete?
Got a little bit of that chemical deposit hanging off him.
For what?
So you can expand that, Sean. Bring it way out. I think this might be just mucus. Quick zoom.
Is there a potential ctenophore?
No. Just let it go.
Full
My
wide.
only guess is Larvasian House.
Thank you, because I had no guess at all.
It's gonna be under. Yep. Yeah.
All right, so we're just continuing along. I hope you're all enjoying the
There's
pillows
two
because I'm pretty
boxes
sure that's mostly what we're going to
on
be
the
looking
right
at
side.
today. For those of you who might just be joining us, we are at a site of a recent
You might need
eruption,
to clear all
probably
the
less
other.
than 2 years old, on the Back Arc
'Cause we
Spreading
don't-
Center.
Need to see the comps.
And so we're on the hunt not just for fantastic geology, which we've already found, but we're hopeful that we will be able to find some active diffuse venting, some low temperature venting
There might be a button to clear
that would
the
have been
whole
related
graph.
to the cooling of these lavas.
I don't remember. Yeah. Yep, and then just add those two.
Ooh, what's in front of us?
Yep, I see you.
We are at a depth of 4,025 meters right now.
Look at the holy
And
things.
set to auto scale. All right, come on in, video.
Okay. Oh, wow. Look at that. Hey, geologists.
Yeah.
Ooh, that's awesome.
What do you think, what would have formed this?
So I'm going to give a biologist perspective of geology.
Maybe we
Isn't
should-
it isn't it just when those are essentially air pockets that have
Probably,
cooled and,
yeah.
Copy.
and then it's broken open? That's my limited take.
Well, it's also, I think the pillow is kind of exploded open, so maybe that was little steam pockets forming in the lava under the crust before it blew apart. I don't know.
Come on out, just a little bit, Roland.
Awesome. Exploding
Partial.
steam pockets. That's a really interesting texture, though, certainly.
It is, yeah. I don't think I've ever seen anything like that. Kind of looks like a sponge. A rock sponge, though.
A rock sponge? I think the sponge biologist might take a little bit of offense to us calling it that.
Hey, I gotta
It
push.
is
I
fantastic.
gotta push Roland.
Full and wide.
Thank you for the great zoom.
You're welcome, Watch Lead. Alright, you can start rotating back to your path.
Co-pilot, when did you start moving on that one? Because I think the times has changed.
These pillows look a little bit more fluid. They're a little bit flatter.
You think the times have
Yeah, so
changed?
are we,
Well, not that. I think maybe-
Are we in the saddle between the two
I think
mounds,
that
or
the
are we
time lag
going
is a
down
little
gradual
longer.
slope?
Yeah, I think
Than
we're still
estimated
towards
earlier.
actually
Well,
the top
we
of
were
the high
also
because I don't think our depth
moving
has
in one
changed that
direction
much.
and then moving
So
in
I think
another.
we're still
so
moving down a little further. Let me check the high path.
Yeah, I think that makes sense, yeah.
Yep, I'm just gonna dog back and forth here. So. So, Deb, I'm just running a search pattern. So
Okay.
I'm doing an S back and forth as we move forward.
That is perfect.
Yep.
That's exactly what we want. That's exactly how we try to look for venting and stuff. So thanks.
very bright spot on your upper right, potential creature.
Oh, one of our sponge biologists weighed in on the rock sponge question, and it turns out there's already something called a rock sponge. It's a lithicid? I can't even pronounce that. How do you pronounce it? We're both having problems pronouncing it.
Go ahead and roll.
Unfortunately, we're too deep for those rock sponges. Ooh, what's that?
Is that a crab?
So that looks like a Munidops, a spot lobster.
Spot lobster.
Which
I mean,
again,
you mentioned
I
this
mean, we find them all
earlier.
over, but they do
Set
also
up.
tend to live in the periphery of many vent environments. They're
Yes, turn and look at me,
a
Sean.
scavenger
Partial.
that sort of hang
Come
around
on in.
on the periphery, hoping to pick off anything that they can get.
gonna
Definitely
get closer.
Munidopsis.
Max.
He's
Coming in on him.
yeah. So we've seen one of these on, I think, probably every dive.
He's super white.
I'm not sure. I think there are a couple species around here. Looks like he's squatting down low, maybe trying to stay away from us.
Keeping a low profile.
Yeah.
And while we're looking at the spot lobster, evidently the correct pronunciation of the rock sponge is lithicid. Lithicid. I can't pronounce it. It's terrible. Obviously, I wasn't meant to be a biologist.
Starting to lift off. Or maybe just lifting a little bit.
Thank you, pilots. That's great.
All right, Roland, when you're happy.
Can we get a non-moving shot for 2 seconds?
Non-move. No, I'm going to be drifting. That's,
Okay.
I'm up in the water.
Drifting is better than the camera
Yeah.
tilt. Okay, pulling wide.
So this one looks pretty similar to one we saw on dive 4 at Enigma Seamount.
Hey, come
Full
on,
wide.
White. Hey. Puppying off here, Sean.
We've sent a picture off to Enrique McPherson,
Awesome.
who's
So I
sort
will
of the
rotate
guy for Squad
back to
Lobster
180
Medical
with you.
Station. So
And we'll
we're
be in
hoping
good
that we
shape.
hear back from him soon.
All right.
Some real glassy stuff.
Oh, yeah. I'm back to 180, so you're in a good spot.
Quick zoom here, Roland. I'm going to go ahead and call the next move in too, if you're okay with that.
Yeah, real quick, Nav, let's go over
So I think
what
this
moves
is
you
all
have.
again just
Okay,
like
so
glassy
I'm gonna turn pilot
pillows
off.
rather than anything bacterial, which
so
is still extremely interesting.
we're still moving on the 30 meter 180
Come on
original.
out when you're happy, Roland.
You should have 5 more minutes of that, 4 more minutes of that, and then you have another move of 30 meters at 180 coming up 10 minutes from now. So I'm going to put a third one in. So, yeah. You know, just so you'll have enough time. And that way if we stop, we can. Bridge nav.
Looks like potential shrimp there that just went bottom right on the rock.
Can I get a 30 meter ship move at 180
Underneath that one that
at
sort of
0.2
turns up.
knots, please?
Was it the same shrimp
Good
we
copy.
already saw?
Yeah, but the sort of concept is to keep an eye out for them and see if you see collections of them. That's a polychaete swimming.
Good few
Oh.
polychaetes swimming around still. But not much else as far as we can see.
Yeah, Roland,
so
we'll
far.
see a big concentration of those shrimp if we get
Yeah.
near some venting.
In the next move, I think we might want to change our heading a bit to 220, 230, so we can start following the line,
Hollowed out
Okay.
pillows
the ridge line,
pillows
or the
that are
flat
hollow
area.
Yeah, let us get a little further
But
ahead.
that'll be a while.
So that'd be
I won't even think about it till about 10 minutes from now.
okay. It's a cool feature.
You want to follow me out here just a little bit?
Yeah.
I just want to get a nice wide swath.
Yeah, absolutely.
I mean, you don't have to follow me, but
No, I want to.
quick zoom here. Is that another?
These
Yeah.
guys are just everywhere.
All right, come on out.
I guess we're still kind of on the summit of this mound. Before I was thinking we were coming off of it when we went down slope a little bit, but it looks like we're still kind of at a similar depth, and we're still seeing all these fluid, broad slopes and so forth. So maybe there's a little bit of micro bathymetry or topography, and we're going up and down a little bit, but we're still mostly on the top of this first mound.
Does
Pilot,
anybody
did
know
you
if
put,
they probably know it's
the temp probe that up to
feed
see
on
if
the
we would
bacterial
approach a
mass,
hotspot?
or do they
So
Yeah,
what
just
you're for?
just in case we see any
bacteria?
anomalies.
Okay.
You're not going to see much unless we like go right over something.
Okay.
Yeah, but keep an eye on CTDs just for a global.
Yeah.
But they're
I
holding
think some
cold
do.
1.6.
You do find them at other chemostatic
changed since we got to the
environments,
bottom
so you
yet.
see them a lot of
I would imagine
hydrothermal
they start
vents,
creeping up
cold
if we get
seeps,
close to
whale
something.
falls, wood
Let me know
falls.
when you get back to
So I think
180,
there are
Sean.
some that
Copy
do,
that.
but they're not necessarily obligates.
SCS display.
Yeah, SCS display. Okay.
About 20 more degrees, pilot. And we're at about 180 right now.
Yep.
So science and shoreside, I'm prepping to show you guys our SES display. Currently it's going to be in the bottom left of the quad split. That should show you our CTD data. I think that might be better for you than the sonar, but you guys let me know. And I can also make that full screen if you need it for better data.
Thank you, Bridge.
Alright, pilot, I'll just do the same thing and follow you out.
I'm going to center up better because we're starting to go downhill.
Yeah, copy that. I'm about 180 right now.
Just watch your altitude as we go downhill. You're good. I'm just
Yeah.
as we go down, I don't want to get too far ahead and have you too close to the bottom.
Copy that. I'm going to come down just a slight though. Our delta just crept up a little.
Do you see any of the starboard side elevation? Like, is there anything to your starboard side?
I don't see anything extreme.
We're going downhill right now.
Yeah, I know that. I'm just because like this waypoint 2 is down here, and that's supposed to be flat. But you know, I was wondering if you saw anything at all.
No, there's nothing on the Sirius sonar.
Yeah.
You can look at Sirius. I mean, but Sirius is pretty high. So. Let's come in on this.
We did see some of this earlier.
Okay.
Strange, whatever it is.
Little stalactites.
Yeah.
I wonder if it could be some type of pipe flowing fluid that is got whatever that biomaterial interested in it. That is maximum.
What's in the back? Is that just a crack?
One that went all the way down.
So we're zooming in on these iron things. Can you zoom in any closer, or is this
It's
it?
max zoom from this position. That's max zoom from this position.
Okay, thanks. So the geologists are calling these iron icicles or rusticles. I like that one. But I think we're wondering whether the biologists have an idea about whether this is simply inorganic or whether this is microbially mediated or something else.
Video's clear with this, unless you want more, Josh.
It probably is bacteria.
I'm having trouble hearing you, Roland.
Sorry.
I don't feel comfortable saying
Video's
anything
clear
more
with
than
this, unless you want more of it.
We've got the other biologist weighing in as well, that it could probably be either way.
There's the one in the back, which goes all the way down to the bottom.
Now, if we just wanted to check that we are progressing towards the next waypoint.
We are.
Great.
Right, come on
Okay.
out, video.
Thanks.
It's important to I just want to say that we do have 20 minutes delay, so it will seem like
Yep.
we may not be, but we are constantly.
No, that's perfect.
Well,
Okay.
while we're here, I was just on the Interridge event database, and there are 29. I don't know when was the last time this was updated,
Okay.
but there are
So
29.
we should be
known
done with your O2 move. Your
areas of
15
venting in
move
the Marianas
should be going
area.
on right now. You should see yourself
They
moving.
range from a depth of...
Diva, I know exactly when it was last updated.
Okay.
15.
Updated.
Hers, yeah.
Okay, so at 15 minutes I
there
called
we
in
go. Okay.
It is only
a
missing
30-meter move,
It
and you
was
should
only
be
missing
seeing that right now.
the new discoveries that
180.
Bill's cruise made last fall.
Okay, so then we can see there
No,
are
there's
over
one more at
30.
27 that you're
Thanks,
not
Stace.
feeling the effects
there
of
are
yet.
over 30
So
known
you have 60
locations of
meters
venting
total that
in
you're
the
going to be
Marianas
moving
area.
in the
They
next
range
20
from a depth
minutes.
of about 60 meters to,
Now,
I think, the deepest
my
I
map
can
is
see
showing
here is about 3,700
a waypoint 2 at
meters.
about
And there's a variety of
210
different types
degrees.
of venting. Some of these sites have been imaged, some have only been picked up by CTD, so
and if we keep going
the plume has
180,
been
we're going to
detected
start
in the
getting
water column.
Oh my God, look at that nice
Downslope.
collapse pillow right at the bottom of the screen right now.
So I'm
Oh,
thinking
yeah,
the next move
beautiful.
should be
Wow, you can
at
actually see it folded
210.
itself
Yeah,
down.
yeah, that's
so
awesome.
it wasn't entirely cooled when it started
Okay,
to collapse.
the 180 move
Oh,
should
that's
move us.
fantastic.
Well, you know, this thing's jumping around, but in general,
Sorry, I didn't mean
somewhere
to cut you
around
off.
here.
No, that's okay. I was pretty much done.
Well, I'm thinking 210, but I mean 220 works just as well. 220 works better, actually, it looks like. Yeah,
But fauna-wise, it seems like,
okay.
you know, if we do find a
And it doesn't
area
show any
of
steep slopes, so I mean,
active
I'm
venting,
comfortable
we
putting
should
one in
see
if you
things
guys are.
like
At 220.
Marionactis anemones,
Yeah.
limpets and other types of gastropods, polynoids, alvanellid polychaetes,
13 minutes ago.
pycnogonids, barnacles, Pythagoreid crabs. Maybe
which
some
kinds of tube
mussels.
worms are?
Paralvanella.
Okay.
They're the ones that live quite close to the venting, about 25 degrees seawater usually.
Okay.
And also there's been a new species of tonguefish from around here. I just saw
Tonguefish?
tonguefish. They're like flatfish. I had to Google it.
Okay.
And perhaps also some mussels. So a lot of the, you know, sort of standard vent fauna that you think of when you think of hydrothermal vents, but obviously sort of specific to this area.
Hey, pilot, just a heads up. In a couple moves, we're going to
Or this
start
region.
to adjust direction to 220.
There's very
We're
different
basing it off high
animal,
pack, but just so we can keep
communities
moving
that live in the
without
arc
stopping too
versus
much.
the back arc. And that's part of our interest in
I'm just going to
studying
rotate
back arc is to
180.
If you see something, though, that we should change it to like what you're looking at,
there's not much
260.
overlap between the species that
I mean,
live
we
in
can do
the
that.
It's
back
tough
arc.
to save
I know,
right
I'm
now.
just seeing, yeah,
For
seeing what
example,
he's seeing.
tonguefish
I'm
will
just
find that,
zigzagging.
it's
Don't
only
pay attention to
found
my
on
heading.
Okay.
some of
I'm
the
doing
hydrothermally active
mowing the lawn, they call it.
volcanic arcs.
All right, so then we'll go via high
Very
pack till
good at
proven
this.
wrong.
Look at Sirius. Sirius's heading should be
Well, okay, Sirius,
and
the direction of
location of Sirius.
the direction it's going to be facing, I mean, the high points are going to be behind it,
The
directly behind it.
To get to waypoint
So it
2.
looks like, yeah, it looks like we are going to go down some in elevation.
we're going downhill right now.
I mean, with Sirius as well.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm just saying, like, if you want to have an idea of our direction.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
So, Bill, that was really, really fascinating. So, if I heard you correctly, and actually, if you
You're
could get
way
closer
up.
to a
Yeah, I
mic,
was just
that
gonna
would
say
be
that
really
come down a
helpful.
little.
But if I heard you correctly, you expect that the animals from the Mariana Arc versus the back arc are actually going to be different because the chemistry is different. Is that correct?
Bridge, Nav.
Look at that.
Right.
Can we get a 30-meter move at
the
220 degrees, 0.2 knots?
They're quite different. There's not much overlap in the number
Partial
which
zoom.
species live in the arc versus
Good copy.
which species live in the back arc. But the,
Partial zoom, please.
There's only been a limited number of vent sites visited and discovered and sampled in the back arc, so that's part of our motivation for
Hey, come
doing
on out.
some more exploration in the back arc. It's a better better document what vent sites are here and what animals are living at the vent.
Awesome.
I also want to chime in that depth plays a big factor, and we learned that today. We're very deep today at 4,000 meters, and some of our previous dives on the Ark were half this depth.
Check this out, Roland.
A very good point. Thank you.
Right, and that goes with the kind of a physical setting in the two places. The Ark is made up of lots of ski mounts that get very shallow. So there's
Partial.
underwater mountains that sticking up. That their summits are, many of them, only a few hundred meters deep. But in the back arc, we're in a tectonic setting where two plates are spreading
I'll give you a heads up.
Can we zoom in on that
When
product,
Sirius is about to move.
please? Oh, or not.
Yep, come on in video.
creates a big rift valley,
Ooh.
and that's why it's so deep here. So
Okay.
very different settings, you know, geologically,
Okay.
tectonically, chemically.
I put it in at 42, so if you see something before me, you just holler.
Great, thanks. So we're chasing a polychaete right now. We've seen multiple polychaetes already today. Like many.
You got caught in my wash. Sorry, Diva.
Yes, this is Bruce Mundy.
No, that was
fish
great. Thank
biologist
you.
Partial.
From the National Marine Fisheries Service in Honolulu. It'd be fascinating if we came across
Right.
an active vent and
Just let
saw
him
some
go. Oh,
fishes in here. You mentioned the tongue sole, the tonguefish that was seen. That was seen at much shallower depths than we're at now. It's that one's known from about 240 to about 780 meters. So that was in the much shallower volcanic areas.
Yeah, keep your heading at 180 at our
southern
direction
Japan,
of movement.
from
Okay,
the
I
Marianas
adjusted to
and
190 to
Fiji.
see you, but I'll
I
get
think
back
there
to
was something
180.
more recent that said genetically the southern hemisphere and northern hemisphere individuals were actually
All right,
probably
back to
different
180.
species. But there
Swimming
are
shrimp.
deeper living types of vent fishes.
Go ahead,
And I
Roland.
don't know if any of those have been recorded from the Marianas or not. There's a,
Nope,
for example, there's a
polychaete.
cutthroat eel species that's known from about
Yeah.
1,800, 2,000 meters
Full wide.
from Fiji. And we're too deep even for that, but that would be something that would be really interesting if we could find something like that. That cutthroat eel that's found at the hot vent has the genus name Thermobiotes, temperature biology, temperature animal.
Great. Thank you, Bruce.
Ooh, look at these pillows going off the side. You see them rolling down the hill. Isn't that awesome? Awesome.
This is pretty awesome.
Thank you. I'm paying her, by the way. No, I'm not. She's saying that of her own free will.
Partial zoom here, video.
Wow, so look at these, again, these more of these little rusticles, and they're sitting on just super glassy lava. So as we zoom around this area, you can really see the different formations that the lava takes as it extrudes from the seafloor and cools. And now, again, we're looking at this iron mat with these little rusticles. And the biologists seem to be unsure whether these are microbially mediated or not. I wonder what that long stringy thing is.
Went in video.
Oh, it's just another one of these rustical things, I think. Maybe? If anyone wanted to get up close and personal with pillow basalt, this is your time to do it.
Really sort of looks like a worm tube, doesn't it, Josh?
5 minutes.
I don't. I see a rusticle.
Thank you for the zoom.
Yeah.
5 minutes.
All right, come on out, Roland.
Yeah, no, we have a 180 that we're still... Okay, so you should be done with your first
Going out
180,
for the
but you
full.
still have a 180 move that's starting right now, and then you have a 220. So we still have 2 in.
And video's clear when you are.
Yep,
The
come on out.
ship's sitting still, but we're still moving, yeah. I can go ahead and put in another 220, actually. Thank you, Bridge.
So one of our scientists who's watching from shore
You okay
said
with
that these
Okay.
these rocks remind her of the Play-Doh spaghetti maker, where
Bridge
you kind
Nav.
of squeeze them, kind of get
We're
squeezed
going to go
out
ahead
and
and put in
cooled
another
off.
ship move of 30
And
meters, 220.2 knots.
Often calling these things that the pillow lavas look like they're formed as like a tube of toothpaste that you squeeze them out. So
Good copy.
So Stephanie
do a
Farrington
zoom on this,
from
Roland.
Harbor Branch Oceanographic, your Play-Doh spaghetti maker analogy is
Copy.
actually pretty spot on. Oh, look at that.
It's like eggshell.
It looks like a lava tube was pushing some other type of material through.
What is this?
That's a good question.
I'm guessing we're looking at a fracture surface that has some sort of a coating on it, a light-colored thing, and then half of the pillow fell off and destroyed the fracture.
You want to scratch
Thanks.
at it?
Come on out a little bit, Roland.
Hey, pilot, I'm going to drift
Well,
slightly.
I mean, to be honest,
port.
what I would call this is the stuff
See
you
if
don't
you
want to
can
collect
partial.
normally.
What was that, Deb?
Oh, no, I was just saying that these are the things you don't want to collect when you're trying to look at fresh lavas.
Ah, okay.
Don't worry, we don't want to collect this.
Okay. There's another shrimp guy in the back there. Yeah, a little
Swimming
vent
shrimp,
shrimp.
in the background.
Yep. That is a little shrimp.
So, pilots, do you think we could take a whole pillow home today?
Yeah.
A very tiny one.
Anything you want. We are
Unfortunately,
here.
shore-based scientists, I just don't think we're going to be able to take a whole pillow home today.
Right,
But
pilot, I'm at
if you were around for
165
the
now,
beginning of the dive, we already picked
and I'll
up a
just
tiny little
rotate
pillow
back to 180
toe,
with you.
a beautiful little glassy pillow toe, and that is safely stored in our bio box. And it's awaiting probably a partner, and maybe, hopefully, some biology as well.
So we have a question here at IRC. Are these pillows usually hollow or have vesicular inside, or are most of them solid?
Quick zoom on this
How
guy, Roland.
variable
I think this
is
is
the
a
interior structure?
this
on
is
the
a
pillow?
shrimp.
That's a great question. Bill or Bob, would one of you like to answer that?
Do you have any more?
So this is just a
It's
pinna-
hard to know because you only see the ones that are hollow when they're broken open. I think for the most part they're solid, but it depends a little bit on the setting. Also, whether there's been a lot of lava that's drained down slope and so forth. So on steep slopes there can be a lot more hollow pillows